Hello again, this is Don on YouTube, Calendar Studies Series 2. Throughout recorded history, persons have devised and proposed new calendars. To emperors, popes, kings, presidents. Oh boy. Anyways, the latest proposal can be found on Calendar Wiki on the internet at calendars.wikia.org/wiki/Hanke-Henry permanent calendar. I'm going to read from that right now just to see what it's about. If I can leave my video screen here and yes, I can. Okay. In 2004, Richard Hanke-Henry, a professor of astronomy at Johns Hopkins University, proposed the adoption of a calendar known as Common Civil Calendar and Time. That's all one word, Common Civil Calendar and Time, which he described as a modification to a proposal by Robert McLennan. This version had essentially the same structure given above, but inserted its leap week named Newton between June and July. The leap rule was chosen to match the ISO week leap rule to minimize the variation in the start of the year relative to the Gregorian calendar. He had advocated transition to the calendar on January 1st, 2006, as that is a year in which his calendar and the Gregorian calendar begin the year on the same day. After that date passed, he recommended dropping off December 31st, 2006 to start in 2007, or dropping December 30 and 31st, 2007 to start 2008. In late 2011, the calendar was revised by Johns Hopkins economist Steve Hanke, that's with an E at the end, by moving the leap week from the middle to the end of the year and renaming it Extra, producing the Hanke-Henry permanent calendar. The target date for universal adoption was January 1st, 2017 then, but has been postponed to 2018, when the calendar design was changed in early 2016 to adopt Monday as the start of the week, quarter, and year to better comply with existing international standard ISO 8601. So, with all that jargon, basically what the calendar is 364 days in a year. So as it's stated there, every 5 or 6 years they have to add or intercalate another week in there somewhere to have it come out right. So like on our present calendar, we add a day, a leap, I call it a leap year, one day every 4 years in order to come up with 14 61 days. So in this new calendar proposal, it would be divided into 4 subdivisions of 91 days. So the first 2 months would have 30 days in them, and the third, now let me get my video back on here so I can see myself. There I am. So the third month would have 31 days. So you've still got 4 months with 31 days on the calendar. So it's not like every month has the same amount of days. Plus, you've got this extra week that has to be included at some point in a cycle of years. So if you're born during that week, I'm not sure how you celebrate your birthday. It's kind of like leap year when people who are born on the 29th of February have a birthday once every 4 years. So I'm not sure. That sounds kind of complex, but maybe your birthday just gets shifted to an earlier date or something. I haven't looked up all the implications of this new calendar proposal. So the idea was to get Trump to declare it the national calendar, or whatever, make it the national calendar. And just like Julius Caesar authorized a calendar in his name, this would give Trump something to remember his presidency. But I think he wanted to be remembered more for a wall or for various other things that he's put forth. I don't think he's too concerned about the calendar. There's not much publicity to be gained from such a change. It might actually make things more confusing, complicated for his presidency, because he'd have to be explaining what it all means to the American people. So I don't know. So what was I going to say about this calendar? Like, change is change good. I guess the idea is that this would be a permanent calendar. Every date would be on the same. Each year it would be on the same day. Like January 1st would always be a Monday, and so on throughout the year. So currently, Thanksgiving is the third week of the month of November, so that wouldn't change, but it would be more standard, where it would always be on a certain day of the week, as would everything else. So for economic purposes, this would kind of standardize things. So, like, I remember one thing that was mentioned on the internet was that in February you pay the same amount of rent as you do in one of these 31-day months, even though February only has 28 days. So is that fair? Or, plus leap years and other things to think about in the calendar year. But at the same time, changing the calendar would get rid of some things, like Halloween would no longer be on the 31st. They'd have to move it to either the 30th of October or November 1st. So there are a few complications, but basically the idea is just to have a permanent calendar. You don't have to go to the store every year and pick up a new calendar. On the perpetual calendar, if you look up the perpetual calendar in either an encyclopedia or a world almanac or something, you'll see that there are 14 different possibilities. So each year there's a different numbered calendar. I actually have that, or I had that up on my screen on my other computer, but I guess it's not that important to figure out which number. Well, we could look that up. This is 2020, so let me see what the number of the current year calendar is. right, so 2020 is number 11. So if I look up number 11, the year started, January 1st was on a Friday. Oh wait, I'm looking at 13. I've got to find 11. So the year started on a Wednesday, January 1st, and will end on December 31st, which is a Thursday. So one thing I kind of lost my train of thought here. Okay, something about the new calendar. Oh, it's so hot today. I can't think right now. I'll have to add that in the next video.